My family swiped the deed to my apartment during my brother's baby shower, but they overlooked one detail. I held the keys and had a scheme for retribution. It started with a cake, a garish fondant creation that looked more like a gender reveal explosion than a dessert, adorned with a pink ribbon, sugar beads, and tiny plastic booties perched on top as the pinnacle of poor taste. My mother stood beside it, beaming as if she'd just erased decades of debt with a themed confection. I wasn't supposed to be there. I wasn't even invited. My cousin slipped me the address. His message included a "don't blame the messenger" disclaimer, the kind of family loyalty that gets you voted off a reality show. I showed up regardless, bearing a gift nothing extravagant, just an antique silver rattle etched with the baby's initials, wrapped in teal tissue and tucked into a box I'd traveled across town to find. It wasn't showy, but it carried weight. Turns out they had a bigger surprise planned without me. Right before the cupcakes and after the pastel balloon arch toppled for the third time, my mother tapped her glass with a spoon and declared she had news. "Family is everything," she said, which in our clan signals someone's about to be publicly shamed. "Smile for the photos." She held up a tacky gold-framed document, heavy enough to seem official. Inside was a deed. "This," she announced with triumph, "is our gift to the new parents, the apartment. It's theirs now, fully paid." Cheers erupted. My brother smirked, his girlfriend wiped away tears. My aunt squealed, "You guys are incredible." It was as if they'd rescued a puppy, not stolen my home. I stood, walked over, and took the frame from my mother's hands. I read the name, "My name's on this." I stared at them, then at the frame, then at my father. He leaned in like a sleazy realtor offering a deal. "Got 30 days to move out," he whispered. I smiled. "One day's plenty." I handed back the frame, nodded to no one in particular, and left. No scene. Not yet. By 5 a.m., the building superintendent had unlocked the main door. Movers arrived by 7 a.m. By 9:30, everything they'd brought into the apartment was gone, the flooring torn out. They'd paid for it. The crib, the drapes. The wobbly IKEA dresser boxed up. Even the custom Etsy sign that read "Our Cozy Haven" was shredded. I didn't touch what was mine. I just removed what wasn't. By 11 a.m., it no longer felt like their home. It felt like mine. At 6:41 p.m., my brother texted, "Is this a prank?" I replied, "Not yet, but tomorrow's delivery might be." The apartment wasn't part of any grand plan. Not for me, not for them. I bought it in 2020, small, quiet, 2 bedrooms close to my office. The kitchen catches great light. I never bragged about it, never invited anyone over. That was the point. Then my brother showed up. "Just temporary," he said, "until we find our own place." And his girlfriend arrived with 2 suitcases, a yoga mat, and a cat. I said, "Fine. A month, maybe 2. They stayed for 19. I never asked for rent, not once. They offered to chip in for groceries sometimes. Sometimes they did, mostly they didn't. I didn't keep score. I thought it was temporary. I was wrong. First, they installed new flooring. Decent mid-grade walnut laminate. My brother called it an upgrade for us all. He covered the cost. I let it slide. Then came the bookshelves. A $150 IKEA knockoff, white frame faux brass legs. His girlfriend posted a time-lapse of him assembling it, captioned, "Our home's taking shape." I stood off camera. Their language shifted over time, from "your place" to "our space," from "thanks for letting us crash" to "we love this house," from "we're house hunting" to silence. Their toothbrushes sat in my holder, their sneakers by the door, their laundry in my machine. I never said a word. Then came the baby. They didn't tell me directly. I learned through an Instagram reel, her holding a sonogram, him posing like he'd invented electricity. I texted congrats. He replied, "We need to talk about making this permanent." I didn't ask what that meant. They didn't explain. 3 weeks later, my parents called. My mother asked if I'd consider gifting the apartment, not fully, just symbolically. "They're starting a family," she said. "You're doing fine." I said no. She said, "It won't kill you." I hung up. Then there was the family fund. It started in 2019 quietly. $1,200 monthly to cover my parents' mortgage while Dad recovered. Then $500 for my sister's Rentuncle Jim's legal fees, $250. Mom's dental work, $300. $2,800 for a new roof. I stopped tracking, but my bank didn't. Over 4 years, family contributions, $89,000. Apartment mortgage, taxes, fees. $110,000 furniture and repairs, $8,900. Groceries, utilities, miscellany, $6,500. Total personal investment, $214,400, their contribution. My brother's flooring, $900. That bookshelf, $150. a second-hand blender from his girlfriend's mom. When I refused to sign over the deed, they stopped asking. They just did it. My brother used a fake email in my name to book a notary 3 weeks before the shower. My father handled the paperwork. My mother worked with the attorney. They used a scanned signature from a 2018 tax form I'd signed. It wasn't a great forgery, but it worked. The title was transferred without my approval. At the shower, they acted like I'd clap, smile, and feel included. Instead, I saw my name in a gilded frame like a stage prop. A gift from all of us, my mother said. All of us clearly didn't include me, the one who bought the place, furnished it. Kept the utilities on paid for the $1,200 crib from West Elm, now sitting smugly by the cake, tied with a bow as if it was a group effort. I didn't shout as I left. I didn't argue. I logged into my bank. Printed every transaction tied to the apartment. Highlighted every payment. Down payment, insurance, taxes, repairs. Even the $350 to fix the disposal after his girlfriend tossed mango pits down it. Because TikTok said it's fine. I saved it in a folder labeled Truth, No Notes. By sunrise, the locksmith had changed the code, the building manager reset the intercom, and I'd cataloged everything in the apartment that wasn't mine: the flooring, the shelves, the crib. The welcome little one sign. They'd brought it, posted it, claimed it as theirs. All gone. I didn't text, my brother didn't threaten to sue, didn't explain because that's what they expected. And that's exactly what I wouldn't give them. They thought I'd stay silent. That was their bet. That I'd argue if they made it loud, formal, dramatic, but if they smiled enough, clinked glasses, waved gold frames, and said blessing, or from all of us, I'd stay quiet. Maybe they'd get away with it. They didn't. They crossed a line. By 6:06 a.m., a moving truck parked outside the apartment, not my apartment. Not theirs. Just a space they tried to claim. The driver unloaded 64 flat-pack boxes, each labeled New Beginnings in bold black print, with lines for room contents and owner. Taped to the top was an envelope. Inside, a printed packing guide and a checklist titled What You Brought. Neat categories. Box 1, baby clothes. Boxes 2 to 4, unasked for nursery decor. Box 5. Shared toothbrush, still not mine. Boxes 6 to 11, excuses. Box 12, let's talk. Boxes 13 to 40, my silence. Boxes 41 to 62, entitlement. Box 63, their flooring. Box 64, self-respect. You've got 30 days, but I'm helping you start now. They found it before noon. I know because the hallway camera caught my brother opening the door. He stepped back like the boxes might bite. His girlfriend stood behind, clutching a mug, wearing her usual attention-grabbing robe. He opened the top box. Empty. She started crying. I watched the footage sound off. That evening, my phone buzzed. Brother, what's wrong with you? Mom, this isn't how family acts. Dad, you've made your point. Stop. Sister, are you okay, like really okay? I didn't reply, not for them, not anymore. I'd already compiled a spreadsheet of everything I'd paid for, carried, and what they took. I sent it as a PDF. Subject, apartment final tally. At 4:17 p.m., my mother called. I let it ring, her voicemail. We didn't mean to take it. It was symbolic for the baby. I saved it as symbolic quav. The next day, my brother buzzed my intercom 5 times. I watched through the peephole. Hoodie, sweatpants, clutching a half-folded box. I didn't open. He left the box on the stoop. Inside, a note. You're really doing this after everything? I left it until it rained. That weekend, I returned their flooring, every plank, screw, and strip of underlayment, labeled technically yours, materials included, packing peanuts. He'd paid $900. Note, your own investment makes rebuilding smoother. They left quietly. No social media farewell, no group chat drama, just a slow fade by month's end. I'd reclaimed the apartment in every meaningful way. Their candle scent was gone. Their jackets cleared from the hall, the baby name banner folded and returned. No one claimed the 64 boxes. I assumed they used them a month later. My mother sent a group email. Subject: family healing. Bullet points: don't let money divide us. This can still be a win for all. Forgiveness is strength. Remember who supported you when you needed it. I didn't reply. I forwarded it to myself. New subject: family rebrand. Then archived it. The apartment's quiet now. Sometimes I dim the lights and listen. The echoes of their plans linger in the walls, but echoes are softer than people and easier to clear out. They tried loud, then quiet, then meek. It started with a text from my sister. Let's reset, no drama, no receipts, fresh start. Then a call from my mother, just voicemail. We messed up, but you're the bigger person, always were. Finally, my favorite from my father. Come to dinner, man to man. They picked a Tuesday. I agreed. The restaurant was Italian mid-tier. They thought dim lighting would soften things. They were wrong. I arrived second. They'd ordered wine. 2 glasses. I didn't touch mine. My mother spoke first. We were stressed. The baby made things hectic. We shouldn't have gone behind you, but it was love. I let them finish their rehearsed speech. Then I opened my bag. 3 items placed quietly on the table. A USB drive, a folder, a single laminated page. My father reached for the USB. I pulled it back. You won't need it. I've emailed it to your boss and the bank. My mother froze. I handed her the folder. Inside, a notarized closure of all joint accounts, a legal notice revoking power of attorney. A letter ending my monthly payments. No theatrics, just paperwork. I looked at my sister. You're off my insurance, effective last week. She blinked, tried to smile. That's fine, I'll manage. I nodded. You will. My brother didn't come. I sent his package by courier. Inside, a bill for property use, a detailed list of damages, a QR code to a Dropbox titled Fresh Start Tools. The folder had resumed templates, cover letter drafts, a sample LinkedIn profile, and a guide on job applications when the free ride ends. That Saturday, I hosted a picnic. Not for family, for ex-family park table, paper cups, name tags with names and job titles. No one had jobs, so I brought spares. Each tag read, open, ask about my skills. My aunt teared up at hers. My cousin laughed it off as a joke. My mother said, this is harsh. I said, that's the idea. Then I handed out folders. Each had a job board URL, a budgeting fact sheet, and a sticky note. You said I was responsible, so I'm helping you be too. The next Monday, I filed a police report. Not a lawsuit, not revenge. Just a report for identity theft and title fraud. The officer asked if I wanted to press charges. I said, not yet. On Thursday, my father's lawyer emailed. Subject, avoiding escalation. Body. Let's not ruin the family over paperwork. We can settle this without courts. It's not what your mother wants. I replied in 2 lines. You wanted a life without me. Let me show you what that looks like. They stopped calling. I stopped texting, but the silence wasn't surrender. It was confusion, which was louder. They stopped saying my name in messages to anyone who still shared screenshots. But I heard everything. My cousin in Ohio, who somehow ends up on every family thread, kept me updated quietly. No commentary, just data. FYI, she'd write, then forward sometimes an audio clip, sometimes a photo. Like one of my mother in her healing shawl shelving books at the library. She got a part-time job there. Told everyone to stay productive. Real reason, her blood pressure meds lost insurance coverage. My cousin overheard her discussing copies at the desk. She also sold 2 purses, calling them luxury assets. Now she calls them extra joy. My father sold his car. Not for eco reasons, but necessity. My cousin's friend at the dealership confirmed he looked worn out. Bad with numbers, he said. Couldn't recall the hybrid model he traded in. He drives a used gray sedan now. 1 headlight flickers on left turns fitting. His firm downsized its office. A junior partner mentioned it on a recorded call shared later. Just need less room, he said. He never mentioned the family phone plan I stopped paying for, or the data or the shared calendar. My sister moved in with her boyfriend's mom. Temporary. Temporary's been 5 months. The guest room smells of damp dog and old conditioner. She calls it short-term housing. Last week she posted a quote, sometimes growth means breaking first. Caption, vibes. Her tuition, once fully covered by me, is now split across 3 payment plans. She missed one. Got an email. Forgot her login. I called the university. Got put on hold. She tried again the next day. She told our cousin over coffee. My cousin called me. Deadpan. She's figuring it out. My brother threw the baby's first birthday in their new place. I wasn't invited, but a neighbor was. She posted photos on Instagram. My face wasn't tagged because I wasn't there. But the cheap tablecloths and mismatched cups were cupcakes from a discount bin. 1 balloon burst mid-speech. The speaker wouldn't connect, no photographer, just phone timers. Blessed was scribbled on napkins. Someone crossed it out, no one smiled in the photos. They now say money's tight. Code for gone. My brother signed up for a budgeting app. I know because it pinged my referral code. He never used it one weekend. 32% of their spending was miscellaneous. They renamed the family group chat Unity Circle. I'm not in it, but I get screenshots. Same blue bubbles, same performative replies. Mom, guess who baked scones? No replies. Dad shared an article. Forgiveness extends life by 5 years. Seen by 2, no likes. My sister posted a selfie caption. Growth, same dog smell rug in the background, no comments. Thanksgiving passed without me. I saw a blurry photo and a shared album from a distant relative burnt turkey. Mismatched chairs. One was a lawn chair. They used someone's phone because the speaker wouldn't pair. They printed a gratitude list for the table. 5 lines, 2 filled. Health. Hope. No filter on the photo. Didn't need one. My cousin texted later. It was odd. No one said your name, not once. That was the loudest part. Not that they missed me. They tried so hard not to. By the time they stopped pretending I'd come back, I'd redone the floors. New oak, matte finish warm, real, chosen not for flash but for honesty. Then I painted. Soft slate, not trendy, just calm. The living room lost 2 chairs but gained a reading nook. The kitchen got new lighting. The laundry closet became a study. No one saw the process. No one asked for photos. That made it simple. For the first time, I built a space for my own needs. I met her at a hardware store, of course. She was arguing about tile sealant with someone who clearly didn't care. I cracked a joke. She didn't laugh. She fixed the punchline. Hers was better. We left with the wrong sealant but exchanged numbers. Our first date was takeout on my new floor. She brought her own spoon. I don't use plastic, she said. I respected it. She didn't ask about my family. Not once. Not until month 4. When she did, it wasn't a test, just curiosity. I said I'd been quietly cutting ties with my family. She asked, did they notice? I said, they're still acting out the loss. I just stopped watching. She didn't push, just nodded. We moved to talking about wall primers. We built slowly. By month 6, she had a drawer. By 8, her toothbrush stayed. Her shampoo too, her voice. By month 10, we were engaged. By 11, we were expecting. She called it a weather report. Clear, steady dot, inevitable. I didn't cry. But I sat on the kitchen floor for 20 minutes, holding the plate she used daily. Dot, it felt heavier. I didn't tell my family. No need, no announcement to ruin. No seats to leave empty. They heard from someone else. My aunt texted, congrats, I suppose. No follow-up, no address. No gift, perfect. They didn't ask to be involved, and I didn't offer. Not out of spite, but clarity. People who thrive on chaos don't fit in a space built for peace. Now I spend mornings in a home that stays still. We bicker over small things, grocery lists, parking spots, but no one shouts, no one vanishes. When the baby kicks, she laughs like it's new every time. We have a closet of hand-me-downs, politely declined. We built our own crib. Some nights we sit in the nursery and say nothing hurts anymore. Silence has changed teams. It's no longer absence. Dot, it's enough.